Routing and Switching, Chapter 7, Packet Tracer 7.2.3.3, Configuring Access Control Lists on VTY lines. And our VTY lines can be Telnet access, they can be SSH access. So in this scenario, we're going to look at the rules that they want us to do, and we're going to permit the host of 10.1. So for us, that's the PC telnetting into the router, it should stop this laptop. And that's what we want to do. Allow access remotely, but only for certain people, computers, subnets, or networks. Now this is on the same subnet network. This command will work remotely across any network, depending on the way that you're looking at the traffic coming in and out of your firewall as well. So firewall rules definitely come into this from your default gateway. So there's a line VTY is set up, and we can have our concurrent sessions running there. Password CISCO, got 5 sessions and another 10 sessions there. So our config doesn't change, and they're just going to use 99. Remember, we can use any numbers from 1 to 99, and it's all based off the source address. And we could type in here 10.0.0.1, and for us to match that exactly, we would need to wildcard it. It means that each one of those zeros is going to check that there's a 10 and a 0 and a 0 and a 1. Now, the CLI will allow you to type in a word that will cover a host wildcard mask as all zeros. And it'll look like this. So that word host is covering off the wildcard mask as the way that it's going to check that IP. And we forgot to put in our rule. In this case, we want to permit. Now, we don't have to deny this individual laptop as a 10.2 because at the end of an access list, we have a deny all anyway. Now, we need to apply this to an interface. Now, where we applied it to physical interfaces, like our gig and our serial interfaces, the telnet or SSH is a logical, which is an IP address. Now, we can access that in this case, we're going to access the whole suite of the 16 addresses there. Now, on an interface, we'd type in IP access group, and IP means IPv4. We don't have that option inside our virtual. What we've got is our filtering is done through what's called an access class. And you'll have to remember that when you're studying for CCNA and your practical and your theory test, because it does differ than the access group. So definitely draw attention to an access class is from logical and an access group is physical. But apart from the wording, the numbering is the same and the direction is the same. Now in this case, we're going in to the logical line interface. On a real computer, we'd use an application such as PuTTY, and they've built in a telnet client, which is the same logic. SSH, well, this hasn't been applied yet, which is our secure access. This is only telnet. And we're trying to connect, and we can. Now there's no password set, so we can't go and change things and alter this router state because we were allowed to permit our PC. Now you can run the same command using your command prompt, your CMD. It's activated, which you'll have to turn on as a service inside a Windows client. If it's Linux, you've got the same commands you can use. And it's refused by the host. Because the access list, it doesn't meet the criteria.